Monitoring your progress is a big deal. That's part of the motivation and the accountability of the program to help you keep moving forward. And so there's 3 ways that you're going to monitor your progress. First of all, you're going to monitor your own progress. On your home page, at the very top, every week you see cardio, mobility, and nutrition. And you see where you are in relation to your weekly goal for each of those. That bar is gray until you reach 70% of your weekly goal. And then that bar will turn orange. Once you reach 90% or greater for each of those components, then that bar will turn green. And so there you're going to monitor each week your own personal progress. Secondly, you're going to also want to monitor your team because you've engaged in this as a team and you want to have everybody in your team be successful and create motivation and make it fun. You're going to also monitor your team. So in the bottom right-hand corner of your website, you're going to see your team status. You don't see the individual details of your team members, but you just see their overall status. So you can see where they are, and if you need to, you can click on their name and send them a message, or when you see them around the office or wherever you see them, encourage them and motivate them and work together towards this. Finally, you're going to want to monitor the progress of your company. You're going to see every Wednesday morning a report like this that's going to come out to all the participants in the program. And you'll see how each team is doing. This report always goes out again on Wednesday, but it's reporting on the week prior, the week that's done and complete. And so between Monday morning and Wednesday morning, you're going to want to make sure that your prior week is completely up to date so that this report really reflects what you've done. And this will automatically get emailed out every Wednesday morning so you can monitor the progress of the teams in the company. Okay? Now, each week, your coach is going to meet with you in a team meeting. It's going to take about 15 to 30 minutes, and your coach is going to spend some time reviewing the team progress. You all meet together as a team, so each team member comes. You've agreed on a time and a date each week that's consistent, so you always know when that's going to be. The coach will come on site, and we'll spend that 15 to 30 minutes with you, again, looking at progress for the team, answering any questions that you have, and then just looking for ways to overcome challenges and obstacles that you have, or encouraging and motivating you, and just really coaching you along. And so you'll have that face-to-face contact with your coach on a weekly basis. All right? Now, your cardio monitor. Each of you received a cardio monitor as part of your toolkit for success. So we need to spend just a couple of minutes. This is the last of our orientation, but need to spend a couple of minutes making you aware of how to get started. Again, we're on that needs-to-know basis. What do you need to know about this to get started with it? 2 things. Number 1, how do you get it set up with your computer? And number 2, how do you go out and actually exercise or be active with it? Which is what we call start, stop, and save. All right, let's take a look at the PC setup first. When you log into your account the first time, to your web account with that username and password we emailed to you, the first thing it's going to do is require you to change your password to whatever you would like it to be. So you type in the default one that we emailed you, and then you click on Login, and then you change it to whatever you would like it to be, and submit. And then it'll ask you a question. It'll only ask you this the very first time. Are you currently on the computer that you want to set your watch up with? If you select yes, it will automatically take you to the setup page to set up your watch with the computer that you're on. The first thing you're going to do is go through step 1, which is to either watch this video or print and read these instructions, because it will walk you through the process of setting this up step by step. And so you should do that first. Once you've done that and you understand how this is going to set up, then go to step 2, which is click on this button, which will begin the download of the little software piece that you need in order to transfer the data from this to your computer. Okay? So, I'm not going to spend any more time on this. I just want you to know where to go to begin setting this up. Because if I spent a lot of time teaching you how to set it up, you probably wouldn't remember anyway, and all those instructions are up there on the site. So just go spend a few minutes with that, and then you'll be able to set that up. If you need any help at all, contact your coach, and your coach can help you resolve any issues you have there. The second thing we need to know about the cardio monitor is how do you start, stop, and save? Those are really the steps in order to go out and be active and record that activity, record your heart rate. So here's what I want you to do. Each of you received your package with your heart rate monitor. I need you to get it out. So take it out, and you're going to actually open up the box, and you're going to get out 3 pieces. One is the watch itself, the heart rate transmitter, and the USB stick. So go ahead and take those out. All right, now that you have those out, we'll talk just a couple of minutes about these pieces. This piece right here is the USB stick. After you've installed the software, it will prompt you when you should plug this in. So just wait until you're prompted, and then you're going to plug this in to any USB port on your computer that you're setting the watch up with. Okay? Secondly, this transmitter. This is much like the one you used during your assessment, and you put it on just exactly the same way. So it's going to go around the chest, and you're going to position it just underneath the chest with the logo right side up. So if you're looking at it, it should be upside down, and it needs to be centered just like that. So that's where you're going to wear this at. Typically, you do have to wet the electrodes. The electrodes are these little rough parts right here. Those need to be just a little bit moist when you start so that you can begin transmitting. This picks up the electrical activity of your heart, and so it just needs to be a little bit moist in order to do that. So just a little bit of moisture there. I usually just take mine and I'll run it under the sink, and then I'll put it on. Okay? So what I need everybody to do right now is just take a break, and if you want to do it here or if you want to excuse yourself to go to the restroom, take just really as quickly as you can so we can come back and get finished. But I want you to go put on your heart rate monitor, the transmitter, and then just moisten those electrodes just a little bit, and then come right back. Okay? Go ahead and do that now. All right, now that you're back, you have your transmitter on, let's take a look at your watch. You've now taken it out of the box. The watch face is totally blank, and so we need to start them up. What you're going to do to start it is you're going to press and hold the mode button. So you press and hold it, and suddenly a bunch of numbers that make no sense will pop up, and then eventually it'll say English with some other language options if you wanted to choose a different language. Obviously, most of us will probably choose English for now, and so you'll notice on the watch just an orientation about this is your select or your enter button is always going to be the start-stop button right in the front. These 2 top buttons on the right side are going to be scroll up and down buttons. So that's how you're going to scroll up and down. So you can scroll up and down of your choices, and then when you get to the choice you want, you press the enter button and it selects it. So we need to just do some minor setup of this watch. We're going to select English by pressing start. It's then going to ask us the time format. Is everybody there? Anybody not there? Okay, good. Everybody's there. Time format, you can choose either 12-hour or 24-hour time format. Most of us will probably be 12, but if you wanted 24, use your scroll up and down buttons to change it, and then press your start button to enter. Okay? What is the next thing you see? You're right, time, the hour. And so you can scroll up and down until you get to the right hour. Make sure you pay attention to the AM, PM. You'll want to make sure that's right. And so just scroll till you get to the right one. Right now it is 1:15 p.m. So scroll to the 1 and then press enter when you get there. And now it changes to minutes. Same thing. Scroll up and down until you get to the appropriate minute. Is everybody at minutes? Anybody not at minutes? Okay, good. Once you've pressed enter, then you can adjust the seconds. Most of us aren't that picky about how accurate the seconds are, and so we're not going to worry about setting that, but if you want to, you can take some time to do that. But we're just going to press enter, which now takes us to the year. You can set the appropriate year. It should be on 2009, probably out of the box, so we're going to change that to 2010. We're going to press enter. Next is month. What's the current month? Scroll until you get to the right month. Press enter, and now select the day. By now you've kind of got the hang of how this works, so if you want to jump ahead of me, go ahead.